Hello guys, welcome back to the Brutal Investor channel. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day today. In this episode, we're going to talk about yet another project that recently got listed on Coinbase, and this project is called Synapse or the SYN token, right? Again, as always guys, I will recommend you guys to do your own research on any of the projects we cover on our channel. And for this project, I recommend you guys to go to the website synapseprotocol.com in order to learn more about this project, right? But before we talk about Synapse protocol, I want to talk to you guys about Gateio. Gateio is a centralized exchange that is known for listing low market cap gem tokens way before they get listed on any major centralized exchanges such as Binance or Coinbase. What this means is if you have a Gateio account and you buy these low market cap gem tokens, you increase the chance of getting 10, 20, 50 or even 100x gains on these cryptos. And if you don't have a Gateio account, I suggest you to create one using the link in the description. And if you buy the low market cap gem tokens, you not only have a chance of making some really good gains, but you also get a 30% trading fee rebate on the tokens as well, right? And by using the link and signing up, you're also supporting the Brutal Investor channel, for which I thank you in advance. So going back to Synapse, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to rely on the information presented on CoinMarketCap's page for this token, along with information presented on the website itself. But this is only going to be a peripheral analysis, which means you need to do your own in-depth research before you put your hard-earned money on this token, right? So what is Synapse? Synapse is a cross-chain layer infinity protocol powering frictionless interoperability between blockchains. By providing decentralized permissionless transactions between any layer 1 sidechains or layer 2 ecosystem, Synapse powers integral blockchain activities such as asset transfers, swaps and generalized messaging with cross-chain functionality, and in doing so enables new primitives based off of its cross-chain architecture. So when it comes to Synapse itself, it is a cross-chain layer that focuses on providing frictionless interoperability between different blockchains, and what they are doing is they are providing permissionless and decentralized transactions from layer 1 protocols or sidechains or even layer 2 ecosystems, thereby making smooth transitions of tokens and assets from one blockchain to another blockchain. And not only that, they also allow for swapping mechanisms to also happen between different blockchains and a general messaging cross-chain system that makes it interoperable for different blockchains to function, right? So that's the main focus. When it comes to how the network works, this is quite complicated, but I'll try to cover it as simple as possible. So when it comes to the security wise, Synapse network basically is secured by cross-chain multi-party computation, which is MPC validators, and these validators operate with high threshold signature schemes or TSS. So you have validators of the Synapse ecosystem who basically operate the TSS, which is the threshold signature schemes, and the network is fully leaderless. So there's no real leader protocol or leader validator in the network, and it maintains security by each validator running the same process upon receiving on-chain events on various chains that the MPC validator group tracks. So MPC validator groups track a specific chain, and what happens is the network runs in such a way that each validator running the same process is validating the process while the MPC validator groups tracks that process, right? And if only when 2/3 of the validators have collectively signed off on a particular transaction will the transaction be approved. So if you want to send a token from one chain to another chain, and if you do that through Synapse, you need to have at least 2/3 of the validators approving or signing the transaction. Only then will the asset be sent to the destination chain. Otherwise it will not be approved, right? Which means the transaction will be rejected. So that's the mechanism that they use, which is kind of novel for a crypto project, and this is something that we'll see more often for multiple other cross-chain protocols as well, right? So the Synapse AMM, the Synapse network, is responsible for responding to on-chain events to submit transactions to any particular destination chain, directing liquidity within the network to its desired location. So what they do is the AMM DEX that they have is also cross-chain AMM DEX, which functions by allowing on-chain events to be submitted for transaction, and this is basically verified for liquidity in the destination chain, and once the liquidity is available, the transaction happens and the desired asset moves from one chain, is swapped from one chain asset to a different asset in a different chain, right? So the Synapse AMM is how the assets that compose that liquidity are transformed into tokens native to the chosen destination chain. So the AMM of Synapse is how one particular token of one blockchain is kind of swapped to a token of a different blockchain, and the token of the different blockchain is going to be the destination chain where the token is received by the user, right? So to do this, the AMM implants a stable swap algorithm to price and rebalance assets within its cross-chain liquidity pools to enable frictionless movements of assets between ecosystems with low slippage. In the future, other implementations may be explored to enhance swapping and bridging efficiency. So obviously they use a very novel technique called stable swap algorithm, which is kind of like a mechanism to rebalance asset prices for maintaining cross-chain liquidity. This is something that they're using currently, but in the future there'll be much advanced systems that will be implemented, which they are currently working on, right? So all of this happens thanks to the Synapse token. So SYN token is the native token, and it is basically the governing token as well of this ecosystem, which facilitates all the cross-chain transfers and swaps as well. So it is used for community governance votes via the Synapse DAO. So it is a decentralized autonomous organization, and therefore people who have the Synapse tokens can vote on the future of the platform itself, right? And they can also vote on the liquidity provider fees and incentives for different cross-chain functionality, right? And they can also, people who hold the Synapse tokens also have a subsidy to pay for the gas expanded by network validators, and it will help secure network transactions. So when it comes to Synapse network, you need to use gas fees here as well, which means every time you do a transaction or swap, you need to pay the gas fees in the form of Synapse tokens or SYN tokens, which is going to be used by the protocol as an incentive for validators to get those Synapse tokens in order to validate the transactions, right? So that's how the ecosystem works. And basically they are using an Archean phase, which is a newer phase that will be reached pretty soon for Synapse protocol. And once this protocol reaches that stage, SYN will provide economic security for the chain by requiring validators to stake it in order to operate the network. So once the Archean phase is reached, the security will be enhanced thanks to the phase itself, thereby allowing for much more efficient process flow within the platform, right? And as a native token of the Synapse chain, SYN may be used to pay fees for transactions within the network as well as for bridging to other chains. So if you want to bridge tokens to different chains, or kind of like just swap on their platform to get cross-chain liquidity, you need to pay your fees in the form of SYN tokens, which is also one of the utilities of the Synapse token as well, right? So now that we covered the quick overview of this platform itself, let's go to their website, which is synapseprotocol.com. This will provide you with a lot more information. So right off the bat, you have an option to connect your wallet on the top center page of this platform. And if you see, they have a Synapse bridge, which allows you to bridge a particular asset between different blockchain. In this case, the example is between Ethereum and Arbitrum. You can transfer, you can bridge USDC coins, right? For which obviously you need to pay your fees in Synapse tokens. And if you see, it's a trustless cross-chain AMM and bridge that allows for asset swaps as well as earning yield and much more, right? So if you want to explore the liquidity pools, you can click on explore pools here. If you scroll below, you have the price action of SYN tokens in the bottom left, as well as the social media information for you to be a part of their community, right? Overall, pretty straightforward platform. If you go to the top right corner and click the three lines, you can see the bridge, swap, pools, stake, as well as analytics, which you can go through. Pretty straightforward platform, right? So going back to the coin market cap page for this token is currently ranked 2,907 by market cap on coin market cap, and is currently trading at $2.91 at the time I'm making this video, right? and in the past 24 hours, this token has gone down at about 1.71%, which is not too bad, but it's still kind of like in the downward trajectory, which is surprising because usually after Coinbase announcement, the tokens will start pumping at least by 1 or 2%, or even sometimes more than that. It seems like Synapse is dumping, which is quite fascinating to see, right? So the market cap is only $520 million in market cap. So it's definitely a project that has a potential to grow, but I think the growth won't be really fast because there's a lot of there's going to be a lot of other projects that will compete with Synapse protocol to also achieve the same cross-chain, not just bridging but also cross-chain swapping, along with other features which Synapse doesn't really have, and will enable all of those with much more efficiency than Synapse protocol, right? So Synapse is definitely getting into really big competition with other newer DeFi platforms that also enable the same functionality, and therefore the market cap, even though it will definitely increase because Synapse will try to be relevant in the future as well, but it won't increase as rapidly as any other project, right? But if you see, the market cap is still quite good for people who are looking to invest in this project, to invest at this stage, right? So if we take a look at the max supply, it seems like the token has a max supply of 250 million tokens, which is slightly higher than the 100 million tokens or less that I personally prefer. But even if this project has a max supply of 250 million tokens, it seems like the tokens circulating supply, even though this is not a reliable number as stated by the warning sign, it is still kind of like 180.2 million tokens are in circulation. So it seems like a decent chunk of the tokens are already in circulation, which definitely is good for the project because there won't be any more price slumping or price sideways action, which is really good to know, right? If you scroll below, you can clearly see that this token has been So it seems like the token has been making some really good short-term price movements from in a bouncy upward and downward pattern. So if you time this project properly, you can make some really good short-term gains. But in the mid to long term, you need to probably look for the sustainability of this platform, because there's a lot of projects that are competing with this platform, and it may not be sustainable to look into this project for the long term, because there will be a lot more cutting-edge technology that will be developed to make the process of cross-chain swaps and bridging much more easier and efficient, right? But nonetheless, if you see the price of this token was initially worth about $2.68, but it crashed instantly after that, reaching $2 per token. But then it bounced up to a new all-time high of about $5.50 or $5.94 as of 23rd of October 2021, and then gradually declined by a good percentage, and it kind of reached $2.02 as of 20th of December 2021. But then it was even more volatile and reached a relative highs of $5 per token before crashing down, and then went up and down, and now it's kind of like it's about to go in the downward trajectory. Maybe planning to retest the $2 mark again before bouncing back up, right? But with the Coinbase listing, I think the floor price will probably be a little bit higher. Maybe the support price will probably be somewhere between $2.70 to $2.60, which will probably be a price where this token will be kind of like supported, and it will probably go up to a price of maybe $4 to $5 per token, right? Which is definitely a possibility, but you can definitely time this token to make some really good short-term gains, right? Again, not financial advice, just stating my opinion. When it comes to Bitcoin competitive as well, you can clearly see that the Bitcoin competitive has been much more volatile, which means you will have to be very careful if you're investing in this token with Bitcoins. The initial price of this token was 4,900 satoshis per token. It went down, and then it went up to a new all-time highs of close to 8,000 satoshis per token. It then crashed down, reached 3,333 satoshis per token, and then went to a new all-time highs of 9,000 satoshis per token, and then went down, up, and now it's kind of like going downwards. So the next rally is going to be upwards, right? So it seems like the token is bouncing on a particular support line and getting hit with a particular resistance line. It seems like the general support line is somewhere between 5,900 satoshis to 6,000 satoshis per token, and the general resistance is kind of like 9,500 satoshis per token, right? It seems like despite the fact that this token is quite volatile, in fact more volatile in the dollar compared to, it's even more volatile in the Bitcoin compared to, which makes it a much more riskier investment through Bitcoin compared to, right? So I'd probably suggest you guys to hold off on this token and buy this token only when it is in the downward trajectory and only with the dollar compared to, not in the Bitcoin compared to, right? So when it comes to the markets itself, this project obviously is listed on Coinbase. It provides the most of the liquidity for this project, and obviously Uniswap is available. Uniswap is making this token available as well as an ERC20 token. And if you take a look at Gateio, which is the best token to buy low market cap gems before they get listed on major centralized exchanges. If you don't have a Gateio account already, you can use the link in the description to sign up and get a 30% trading fee rebate, along with the fact that you can get an opportunity to buy tokens before they hit 50 to 100x gains, right? So please support the channel by signing up for Gateio account by using the link in the description, right? So obviously Gateio account, obviously Gateio has used both ETH and USDT comparatives, which provides much more flexibility compared to Coinbase. And if you see, this token is also available on Trader Joe, on Avalanche, as well as on Binance Smart Chain, on PancakeSwap, right? So it makes sense because it is a multi-chain, cross-chain platform, and therefore it being available in Ethereum, Binance Smart Chain, Avalanche, and so on and so forth makes it a much more good opportunity for buying this token from Binance Smart Chain or Avalanche, which provides significantly lower fees compared to Coinbase or any other major centralized exchanges, right? And with Coinbase listing this token, I think Binance can definitely list this token, but that's definitely a speculation and not a fact. It's definitely possible that Binance could list this token, but it's not really guaranteed, right? So what's my final verdict on this token, guys? I think this token definitely has some good short-term gain potential. You just need to follow the price chart and buy this token when it's low and sell it when it's high and make profit, right? But for the mid to long term, I am not really sure if this project is going to be relevant because there's a lot of cutting edge technology being developed, and it's just going to be very hard for Synapse protocol to be competitive. They need to do something innovative on a regular basis, otherwise they're going to be losing out on this game. Because I've already seen a lot of bridge projects which have novel techniques to bridge and swap tokens between different blockchains, and some of the blockchains are really exotic, which means swapping between Ethereum and some other exotic blockchain is going to be really easy and really quick and really efficient, right? So Synapse definitely needs to make sure that they stand on top of their game, otherwise you're going to be drowned pretty soon in the long term, right? I think the short term, this token can definitely cross the $5.50 mark, maybe even reach $6 per token if you're lucky in the next few months to a few years. But the long term potential only depends on whether this project is relevant and whether they are continuing to innovate, right? Again, remember guys, you guys are not regular investors, you guys are brutal investors, so stay brutal. Thank you very much for watching my video, guys. If you like my video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. See you in my next video. Bye.